now for 3 rounds in the amateur thigh 58 kilo weight class. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Mayhem Muay Thai, please welcome Cuan Ellis. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing Langka Muay Thai, please welcome Gary Miller.
Fighters to the center of the ring, please.
Miller in the black shorts, Ellis in the black and grey, hip-hop inspired trunks.
Round 1.
Straight in with a jumping teep was Ellis.
Yeah.
You alluded to it, Mark. Ellis seems to be the longer fighter. He's utilising that length. Could be on the end of a sweep here.
I like his energy. He's calm and he's able to rev up gears. He's relaxed, and for an amateur, for 3-2s, he's got great composure. Great shot.
Perfect timing on the kick there. And again, it's almost that leaping crane kick coming from Ellis.
When you see 2 extravagant shots like that, I kind of feel he's done this somewhere in a fight and it's successful, and he's going to his go-to move. He wants that highlight reel finish.
I don't know about extravagant, but they were definitely fancy. Work in the clinch now, and again, people don't necessarily realize just how energy zapping the clinch can be in Muay Thai. It is in and of itself a grappling art.
Huge. When you see coming from K1 kickboxing into Thai, this is where some K1 fighters, if they're learning Thai boxing or a Thai boxer that doesn't do enough Thai and too much K1, find this quite difficult. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. They're trying to get scores mainly down the middle and to the side of the body, but down the middle with severe force is your biggest score.
Yeah, both fighters clashing kicks at the same time, shin on shin, working their way into the clinch. You can see those knees, both fighters are trying to land right up the middle.
Again, fairly 50-50, no one really dictating at the moment, but I do like the way Ellis, being the taller guy, possibly at a slight disadvantage when you're in that clinch. The shorter guy can get in close if he can utilize good Thai technique and clinch, but he seems to be happy in there. The problem is they're making it very difficult for the judges to score, and that's what you got to be mindful of when you're in there.
And stylistically, what's the difference for the uninitiated of the knee that's coming right up the middle in the clinch and then the knee that's coming at that curve?
Well, it's generally considered a knee going down the middle. It's harder to hit, and you're hitting an area that should be protected well by the fighter. If you cannot protect that, you're showing you've exposed the weakness. And you've also put yourself in harm's way. You're hitting a shot down the middle. Energy trying to get that score. So you can start to see already we're building the experience is building as the fights go on.
That strategic element really comes into play as these fights progress.
Absolutely.
Miller trying to work off the teep, checking the kick well. Trying to step in with the feint, but lands a knee of his own.
I do like the way both fighters obviously have a good fight IQ to change techniques up. They're trying to not just make it kick for kick, but there we get that straight knee down the middle.
Yep.
Good tight clinch. He's going to keep him here, and the ref will keep this going once they're actively working in here and it doesn't get sloppy. Lar, the referee, very experienced, will let this go.
You can see no such thing as inactivity. Both fighters trying to land their knees.
What you will notice there, when a fighter turns their hips, it's almost shying away from the clinch, and you're negating or you're neutralizing the position. That's where you'll see the referee come in if it's not actively being pursued.
Ellis with some oh, beautiful work. Both fighters landing big shots midway point of the second round.
This is where the fatigue is going to show and the work that they've done in camp. When we get to that really high lactic state, round 2 onwards, we'll see how much of this specific work they've done in camp, as opposed to, you know, not just long rounds on pad, but very short, specific 3-2-minute bursts.
Wading in dangerously with the hands as Ellis. Over under grip now, trying to establish the Thai clinch. Both men, very difficult to separate them in the clinch.
We'll see when we have the natural taller fighter going for the tight clinch around the neck. The shorter fighter should be grabbing around the back and pulling them in tight to the body, lifting and tilting. Now, easier said to do when you're here and you're not getting them heavy shots thrown at you, but that would be the technical aspect of it. But again, I'm sure these guys have trained it, but again, you can only do so many things in training camp. You've only got a set amount of hours in a day, and you have to train according to your fighter's style.
Ellis landing some beautiful shots down the middle. The 1-2 to close off the round was working beautifully.
As high as possible, and that's generally because he assumes the shorter fighter isn't going to go higher. So
Third and final round.
So maybe emphasis on the low kicks to begin, bring that guard down, try and go up top.
exactly, yeah, a bit of misdirection. We see him going high and going to the body. The problem is, the minute we get into that clinch, it nearly negates boxing. It turns into a different, it almost feels like sport if you're not initiated into clinch work.
Completely different art form.
There we go.
Nice shot over the top, exactly as you called, Mark.
You got a tall guy in there, you take the base. Don't try knee with the taller guy. He's shorter, he should sweep that leg, get off the ropes. But again, highly fatigued, very easy when you're sitting ringside to call it. But again, two guys giving an outstanding performance, but definitely something they can look back at and analyze afterwards with their coaches.
Big knees being landed in the clinch here by Ellis. Fighters nearly took a little bit of a tumble. Big deep breath there from Miller. Little bit of clart on the nose. Teep landed square to the solar plexus.
There we see the body shot right over the top. He needs to do that just a little bit harder and timed right.
Ooh, beautiful timing there from Ellis was beautiful, coming off the low kick. Hand came down, shot it. Fatigue is definitely a huge factor now, Mark.
Massive, and the will to win. Both guys are possibly feeling the same. The will to win and the why. Why are they in here? What was inspiring them through camp is going to decide what gets them through the last 10, 20 seconds, and it's different for everyone.
Final 10 seconds of the third and final round. Who wants it more? Who can pull away? Who can do something definitive in the eyes of our judges?
Very good match. High energy.